How does a once hot and passionate couple go from being lovers to roommates? No one can say for sure, but the why varies from relationship to relationship. At some point in the relationship, you felt a love, the passion left, and you just continued on as usual, minus all the elements that actually made you a couple. Whether you're married or in a long-term committed relationship, the roommate syndrome can happen to anyone. People change, circumstances change, and relationships evolve over time. The newness and excitement that is present in the early stages of a relationship will eventually fade, and reality will set in. Once a relationship comes back down to earth after spending months in the clouds with crazy love and passion, it can be challenging to maintain that fire. Compatibility, good chemistry, and shared values and life goals will go a long way in keeping a relationship strong and help prevent the roommate syndrome. Here are the 8 signs to look for if you think you have become roommates. Sign number 1, sleeping apart. If you are sleeping apart, whether it is every night or just a couple of days of the week, you are roommates. The marital bed is where your true intimacy happens. You have sex there, it is where you cuddle, and it's that place you have your deep talks before falling asleep at night. Sign number 2, no touching. You barely touch one another, if you touch at all anymore. Maybe you're not one for public displays of affection, but there should be kissing, hugging, hand-holding, and gentle touches given to each other on a regular basis. If you can barely remember the last time you had a passionate kiss with your significant other, you are just roommates. Sign number 3, no fighting. You both are just so polite to one another. Not that you should be screaming at each other, but no fighting means no passion and no fire. When you become so detached from your partner that you cannot be bothered to have a disagreement, or you just stop speaking to one another because they annoy you all the time, you've checked out of your relationship and you are just roommates. Sign number 4, lack of intimacy. If you rarely have sex, if you have it at all, you're just roommates. When the sex starts to feel like a chore or like something you just have to get done and over with, you are not a couple. If the sex is not enjoyable and foreplay is non-existent, the relationship is all but over. Sign number 5, no quality time together. Quality time can be spent many ways, but the key word is quality. Quality time can be had while cooking together, having a nice meal together, or just by vegging out together in front of the television with a glass of wine. Discussions about kids, household chores, or talks about bills or finances is not quality time. Quality time will deepen your connection. If you're not spending quality time together and do not want to spend quality time with one another, you are just roommates. Sign number 6, no deep conversation. When you do talk to each other, it is very surface discussions or about the kids. You avoid discussing your relationship issues or anything that will rock the boat. Talking about hopes and dreams is a thing of the past, and you avoid discussing the future because you know you will not likely be together much longer. Sign number 7, nothing in common. You have come to the realization that you have nothing in common with your partner. In the early stages of relationships, it is so easy to get caught up in the passion and attractions that you don't realize you have next to nothing in common. You convinced yourself that it didn't matter or pretended to like things and enjoy things you really didn't for the sake of making the relationship work. If the only things you share in common with your partner is that you live together, have a dog, or both eat food, you're not a couple, you're just roommates. Sign number 8, you're always apart when together. You are upstairs, he is downstairs. You're in the garage, she's in the kitchen or with the kids. Anything to avoid spending any real time together. If when you get home from work, you consistently go your separate ways in your home, you are just roommates. So there you have it. 8 signs you're not a couple anymore, you're just roommates. Although every relationship is unique and different in their own way, they all tend to share some fundamental challenges. Life happens, and we all get busy with work and kids. But that is not the reason you become roommates. In fact, being busy with kids and work is the excuse you give yourself for why the magic has left. You ignore the problems in your relationship and tell yourself that it's just a phase and things will get better. But they won't on their own. I believe the roommate relationship occurs because the relationship has died and no one wants to admit it or deal with the obstacles that come with untangling your lives. So instead of being honest with yourself and your partner, you hope things will get better or just accept that this is your life and settle for having a roommate. What are your thoughts on the roommate syndrome? Is a roommate relationship better than being alone? Do you think these relationships can get better, or are they a waste of your valuable time in this life? I hope you enjoyed my video. Please don't forget to subscribe to Charley's Blog Life.